Hello, everybody. Welcome to our spoiler-free review of Star Wars The Last Jedi. Before we get into it, I just want you to let you know that this review is sponsored by Audible. Go to audibletrial.com/3geeks. There's a lot of Star Wars books on Audible, a lot of the new canon books. So if you want to get more into the world, outside of the movies, jump on Audible and download a Star Wars audiobook or two. I guess there's a Princess Leia one that's actually pretty good. Adds to the Last Jedi a little bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I read a Luke Skywalker one a while ago.
I heard that one was horrible.
Yes.
It's like somebody was trying to write as Luke as opposed to writing Luke.
Yeah, it was that, and but it was pretty much your standard Star Wars novel fare, like those are trashy romance novels for geeks. So it's yeah, it was that.
Yeah, go to audibletrial.com/3geeks. And so Max, non-spoilers, what did you think of the movie?
I liked it a lot. I didn't like it as much as I thought I would, but that might have just been like my own expectations versus what they had going on. I thought there's a lot of surprises in this movie that I really liked. They really play with your expectations. Think like Quicksilver in the Avengers Age of Ultron. Like they keep on showing Hawkeye, and then bam, Quicksilver's the one that bites it. There's a lot of that, so yeah, I dug it for sure, because you don't really know what's going to happen. Unlike in The Force Awakens, where it's like, okay, here's this beat, here's that beat, here's this beat. Like, I mean, The Force Awakens is okay, but this movie I thought did a little better as far as you don't really know what's going to happen next.
Yeah, Force Awakens gave us familiarity with Star Wars. They brought us back in. This one takes a lot of chances, a lot of risks. This one is a lot funnier than some of the other Star Wars movies.
A lot of comedy.
What did you think of it? Because I asked my wife, she enjoyed it, but as somebody who's not as big into Star Wars as you are, I thought it was a little out of place for Star Wars. What did you think?
Yeah, it was a little. I don't think it was out of place for Star Wars, because there are a lot of funny moments in Star Wars.
There's a lot of over the top.
Yeah, it was. This is the first time where there was just like, okay, we wrote this comedy bit.
Yeah.
And they had to run with it. So, and I think Finn is the cause of more of that character at all. I think he's kind of fucking pointless.
Well, I wish they had given him something else to do in this film than they did. Because I enjoyed him in the first one.
Yeah, I mean, he's okay, but again, I don't think, because they don't explain why Finn is, the only stormtrooper to overcome his mind wiping shit. And he's not crazy, but he's not, he's not special in any way. It just doesn't make sense to me. So I was kind of hoping that they would on that or play that up a little bit, and you don't really get any of that. So I still feel like he's kind of a useless fucking character, because I mean, like whatever Finn does, Poe can do. And it's like, okay, well, Finn knows the layout, but you can download the schematics from whatever the fuck. I mean, however many more times are they sneaking in somewhere? It's like, okay, R2, fucking plug in over there. That's not that big of a deal. Sorry. So yeah, I'm not a fan of Finn. I don't like him.
Yeah, he didn't bother me too much. It's just his storyline.
What the fuck?
Can't be black people in Star Wars?
No, there can't be black stormtroopers for sure. No, I'm obviously kidding, but
they weren't all Hispanic.
No, that guy isn't even Hispanic. That dude's fucking from New Guinea.
Oh.
Not New Guinea, New Zealand. New Guinea.
It's early, guys.
He's out there in the bush. No, but yeah, that dude's from New Zealand. The original clone trooper. But yeah, so Finn, not really a fan of. But yeah, Leia, I thought she was awesome in this. Carrie Fisher was great in this movie. They wrote her very well. Luke, it has a major part in the movie. It's not just oh, you see him put his hand on something.
Mild spoiler alert: Luke does speak.
Yes,
he does say at least
4 speaking lines,
at least a word or two, at least a word or two.
So that was cool. It's good. Mark Hamill killed it in this one.
Yeah, he definitely had some acting that he had to do in this film. Yeah.
No, it was good. It was really good. Definitely go check it out. You need to see this movie in the theater, but
try to temper your expectations a little bit, because I feel like this year I've been disappointed with almost every blockbuster I've seen. I think it's just because they're throwing so much marketing your way that it's hard not to get excited. Like even going into The Last Jedi, I saw it twice last night. Going into it the first time, I had all these expectations, even though I was trying not to. And I was a little disappointed the first time I saw it. And then I saw it the second time, like, this movie's awesome.
Yeah, it's definitely the oversaturation. It's something I've personally been trying to, like, you know, like, I'll pick a movie. I'm like, I'm not watching anything for this movie. And, like, no trailers, no nothing, as best as I can. And I think that really helps. It really, really helps. Like, I recommend it for everybody. I feel like movie companies could save so much money on their advertising. And, you know, like nowadays, like, everyone's more connected, and, you know, like when anything happens, anyone can know it. So it's a different world. But for the movie, yeah, for the experience, you don't need all that information, or, you know, you don't need to know what's going on every day about the movie. And yeah, so I feel like that does hurt more than help. Just, you know, all this access that we have. But yeah, I was disappointed, but it definitely wasn't the thought it was going to be. But, you know, you can't help. That was my fault more than the movie's fault. Yeah, but it's definitely a fun flick to watch. Yeah, and the comedy is different, and it feels out of place, but that's really because, like, they never really did it like that before. So I mean,
some of them do hit pretty well.
Yeah.
Like the opening sequence has a comedy thing that's pretty funny, and then there's a scene with Chewbacca and a porg that I thought was pretty funny. Spoiler alert!
Okay, those porgs. Yeah, they didn't even let the porgs get, like, really annoying. Like, they're only mildly annoying, and they're not in the movie a whole lot.
They're like Ewok level.
No, they're way under Ewok level annoyance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're not even close.
I don't think Ewoks are that annoying. So
Ewoks are terribly annoying.
They're not Gungan annoying.
Yes, they are.
The porgs?
No, the Gungans are the Ewoks, and the Gungans are like the same level of annoyance for me. But the porgs are fine just because, like, they're not a plot point. They're just kind of there, and that's totally cool. Like, it's a cute little thing, you know, like, fucking whatever.
The cinematography in this movie is beautiful. There's like a CG moment in the middle of the movie that I thought was unnecessary. Kind of reminded me of the prequels. Yeah,
that was the worst it got, I would say. But it still wasn't even that bad. Yeah, like they could have gone at it a different way and still made it, you know, good. But like, if they would have just blown up the whole thing, that would have been great. Like the whole universe.
Yeah, it was weird when Han came back. I'm just kidding.
Dude. Oh no, that was great though. I'm like, you don't expect it. Han shows up, blasts everybody, saves the day, bounces out, full on, you know.
Han was actually Snoke this whole time.
Yeah, go figure. Who saw that coming? Lots of twists in this movie.
Got anything you want to add?
No, definitely go check it out. Star Wars, The Last Jedi is a fun movie to, you know, it's family friendly. It's got all the action that you could want. It's Star Wars for sure. It's got the Star Wars feel to it. So yeah, I definitely dig it.
It's like when you used
three geeks on this one. I give it 3 geeks.
I give it 3 too. It's like when you used to tell those stories as a kid where you'd say one line and then give it to somebody else to say one line. Rian Johnson definitely passed JJ a fun baton that I'm kind of curious where he's going to go with this. But I am glad that it's not the guy who did Jurassic World that's following this up.
Yeah. Was he too busy making the other Jurassic World?
He got let go because of
good. What a fucking hack. Anyway, yeah, no, it's good. They have a lot to work with for the next movie, so I'm really excited about that. I hope that I don't feel like they went dark enough with Kylo Ren, and I hope that they get into some serious sick shit. Because, like, again, all I want to see is, like, Darth Vader is my favorite villain of all time. All I want to do is see Darth, like, why he's so feared and hated. Like, they gave us a little bit of that in Rogue One. Yeah, so, like, I want, hey, if Kylo Ren's the new Darth Vader, I need to see some, like, why is he like this? So yeah, that's I'm excited for the next movie for sure. They definitely got my ass in the seat already.
Sunday night we will be doing a spoiler review of this with the rest of the guys from the cast. It will actually be our last regular podcast of the year, as Christmas and New Year's fall both on it.
Podcasting.
Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve.
I don't believe in any of this stuff. So
you're gonna be drunk on New Year's Eve.
I don't get drunk on New Year's Eve.
All right.
I really don't even get drunk hardly ever. Waffles.
Fair enough. Anyway, have a great day. Go see Star Wars.